I read an article yesterday about a politician, and don't worry, this is not a political Devo, but there is some truth to be learned from this article. This politician decided that she was leaving her political party. There's basically two in America. She was leaving hers because she disagreed with her party's stance on the border. And that was it. So many other issues to be debated and talked about and concerned about, but she felt like, I can't remain in my political party because I disagree with them on this one issue. One issue was all it took for her to say, I can't be on this side anymore. And in our culture here in America, we have been raised to believe that there are two sides, and two sides only, to every situation, every debate, every issue, everything wrong in the world. There are two sides. There's left and there's right. There's conservative and there's liberal. And we have been taught to frame everything and see everything through those two lenses. And then as soon as you disagree apparently on just one issue, you are not welcome on your side anymore. This is sad to me because the world is more nuanced and more complicated than two things. And what's really sad to me is that this attitude for generations has seeped into God's church. And there are a lot of Jesus-loving people, church-loving people who operate on the same premise that there are two sides. There's my side and everyone else's side. There's what I think and what everybody else thinks. And it's me against them. It's us against them. It's left against right. It's conservative against progressive. And that is not the way of the Jesus follower. In fact, Jesus had a lot to say about unity and being unified, but it's one of the things that he prayed. In fact, in his final hours, he not only prayed for his own disciples, but he prayed for you and me, those of us who would come after them. He prayed for us in the 21st century. He prayed for his church, for his followers. And the one thing he prayed was that we would be, one, that we would be unified. I want you to listen to his prayer, John chapter 17, starting in verse 16. He says, I'm praying not only for them, not only for the disciples, but also for those who will believe in me because of them and their witness about me. That's us. The goal is for all of them to become one heart and one mind, just as you, Father, are in me and I am in you, so that they might be one heart and mind with us. Then the world will believe that you, in fact, sent me. The same glory you gave me, I give them, so they'll be one and together as we are. I and them and you and me. Then they will be mature in this oneness and give this godless world the evidence it needs that you have sent me and you have loved them. So Jesus' prayer is for this godless world to see him, to see God the Father in the way that you and I, as his followers, treat each other, in the way that you and I, as his followers, develop a oneness. Now, we live in a country with over 400 denominations. We are so unone that every time there's a disagreement, sometimes on one issue, we decide I have to leave this, whatever it is, church, denomination, movement. I have to leave this community of faith and either go to a different one or start my own. And I just think that these divided stances, this unwillingness to listen, this unwillingness to allow room for growth is a heartbreak for our Savior, who prayed that we would be one. You know, we live in a community where churches struggle to work together. It is a struggle to get churches to do anything together because, well, we disagree with each other. And I just can't help but think that that makes God sad. So, for me, the problem is me. I am only responsible for my actions. Now, as your pastor, I am responsible for you, and that's a whole different conversation. But when it comes to our personal behavior, you are responsible for you, and I am responsible for me. And somehow, in this crazy, jacked up divided world, you and I, as Jesus followers, have to figure out a way to live and believe and talk and treat each other as one, as united. Now, that doesn't say that we have to agree on everything. In fact, we never will. The disciples didn't. There were 12 of them, and they seldom agreed on everything. And yet, 11 of them figured out how to live and move and act and talk as one. And I think we can still do that. I think there are some things that you and I, as Jesus followers, can do to promote, to prop up, to be an answer to Jesus' prayer, and to be one, to be unified. There are some things I can do, and there are some things you can do. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Put a comment on this video. How can I help the church be one, unified? How can we answer this prayer? We'll talk about this more tomorrow, but I'd love to hear your thoughts in the meantime as this fly interrupts our morning. In the meantime, may you be one with the Father, one with the Son, and may people in this godless world see Jesus in you today. Bye.